TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
And good evening, race fans. Welcome in live with the Full Velocity Racing Network. And we come to you live tonight from inside the dirt track at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the 410th mile, for a great night of racing with the Underworld Dirt Street Stock Series. It's the World Finals. It's the season finale. And it comes to you live via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Good evening, everybody. Phil Lacassis here, and Jack Sherwin's on the controls and hanging out with me, as always, to Phil and Jack Attack. And it's a Tuesday night, and it is time to get dirty here tonight in Charlotte. We have 18 cars on the pits. We got points to get through, and it's a quick night. They're in qualifying, and it's straight into a 60-lap main event. So before we go racing tonight, let's throw a trackside to Dirty Grass Soul with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, we got the national anthem all complete. Thank you to Dirty Grass Soul. It's the best rendition of the national anthem of all the iRacing broadcast teams out there. We appreciate those guys stepping up and doing that. Thank you to Charlie Milner at Milner Media and Design for putting that together. And hello, and what's up, Jake Keel, the mouth of the South? How the heck are you, buddy? Yo, right back at you. Ron Wiley's out there. Hope I found the right one. You're looking for street stocks, Ron. you were in the right place. If you're looking for the FAR Modified Series, well, that comes up in just about 45 minutes or so. Todd Stanton will be there at Lernerville tonight. You'll hear him here in a little bit. But we got 60 laps to get through here at the dirt track at Charlotte. We got point standings to cover, a lot to go through, and a lot of confusion. And there may even be a song and dance broken out here. And we'll tell you why here in a minute. Let's take a look at our 3D Racing starting lineup for the evening. And on the pole with the number 26 car, that's going to be Sean Stevens. And the points leader are going to be alongside with car number 25. That is Brandon Sutherland. In row number 2, James Philippi with the number 29 and the number 65 of Kyle Langerfeld. Outside of row number 2. In the third row, the number 830 car is Cody Gillenwater with Robert Young alongside in car number 16. In row number 4, the number 79. Number 3 in the points tonight, we find Harvey Abrams, and alongside him, the number 808, that'll be Nathan Kleeman. Christopher Conice will start 9th. He is in car number 17 with Daniel Allen, the guy in charge over here with the Underworld Dirt Street Stocks in car number 14. He will be on the outside of row number 5. In row 6, the number 28 car is Austin Walters with the number 313 of David Tormaski to the outside of that 6th row. Row 7, Matthew Wilvers with the number 22 and Tyler Holden with car number 41 will be to the outside of row number 7. In the 15th starting position tonight, I believe he's number 2 in the points. I'll have to confirm that here in a second. That will be car number 3. That'll be Matthew Setzer. And alongside Matt with the number 85 will be Curtis Hedden. In our final row, we find a couple of buddies back here. Jake Lassiter with car number 5. He will start 17th and shotgun on the field. We'll get his name right today with car number 46. That'll be Kenny Haight. Kenny Haight with car number 46 will start the 18th and final position. Let's see, I'll effort here my point standings here really quick. They do have a drop race or 2 drop races in the series, so these points are going to be accurate as of now and going to change when this one's over. And if that sounds confusing, welcome to the club. Brandon Sutherland, currently the points leader, 344th. Sutherland, 344. Still has 1 drop race remaining. Number 2 in the points, Matthew Setzer. He's got 317. Harvey Abrams is 3rd with 311. Those 3 drivers only have 1 drop race. The rest of the top 10 has 2 drops left, so these points could go anywhere. Number 4 in the standings, we find Chris Conice with a 307 and Kyle Lingerfeld, 304. That's our top 5 in the point standings, but that can all change. Said drop races in effect.
Green flag
here tonight. iRacingHighFlag.com. Great flag in the air. Jack's excited. Let's go to it. 60 laps around Charlotte, shall we? We chase him on at turn number 2 and down the back chute. And so this is a great track. Charlotte, I do love coming to. It's always a good time. Makes for good racing. And you get them out here in the street stocks, we could see a banner night. Fixed setups here for this league. Fixed setups. They were bantering open setups for tonight, but didn't want to change it for the season finale. Looks like next season Underworld comes back. Looks like that will be the change. We'll be a pair of teammates up top, and they lead the way up front. Sean Stevens, the number 26. Brandon Sutherland, that points leader, car number 25. They will roll 1-2. Let's put 2 laps of 60 complete. James Philippi's number 29. He'll drive into the 3rd spot. Cody Gillenwater, Kyle Lingerfeld, 65. Those 2 guys will be back there racing for the 4th spot. I believe the 83, a team car to the top 2. So we'll see if we can't effort and figure out what the team logos is on the side of that car. But definitely a group of cars running out of the same stable, running the top 5. 83 of Gillenwater now up to position number 4. Can he run down Philippi ahead in the 29? He runs 3rd. The race leader, he is Sean Stevens in car number 26, and he leads Brandon Sutherland out of turn number 4. Let's put 4 laps of 60 complete. This one should go by pretty quickly, especially if they sprinkle their way out, sort themselves out. The racetrack in terrific shape. Didn't get used up a whole lot in practice. Qualifying, it stayed good. I believe they kept it true on. I don't think they rolled it over at all. So it's going to get a little slickery, but these guys will handle it with a fixed setup. They'll all figure it out, and we will see a good one happening here tonight in Charlotte. 5 laps complete. And Sean Stevens leads the way. Brandon Sutherland in for 2. Philippi's in for 3rd, and he's got about 6-7 car lengths back till you find that 83 of Gillenwater. Cody runs in the 4th spot, and then about a half-second gap between himself and Kyle Lingerfeld, the number 65. Kyle making his laps around last time by a 19.413 for a car running in the top 5. Car number 65, but he's got Robert Young in the 16. Robert took a glance off the inside through 1 and 2. Thought he had a better run than he did. Watching these drivers outside the top 5, just kind of getting after it. You got names like Chris Canice back here, the number 17, Austin Walters, Harvey Abrams, a top 3 points man running in the 9th spot. And how about old Jacob Lassiter, our buddy Jake, out there with car number 51. He is driven from the back of the field, 17th, into the top 10. And that is getting it done. Hard charger currently being held by Mr. Jacob Lassiter, and I'm not shocked. Jake knows how to wheel one of these race cars. We see him do it from time to time on a Sunday night. I'm sure we'll see him as part of the King of the Dirt series coming up, I believe, starting on the 13th. 6-race series being put on by our friend Josh Yealy. We'll have all the coverage on Sundays as we have a car wrecked. Yellow flag for the first time tonight. Yellow, yellow, yellow on the speedway. Jack's seen it break live. I was back here roaming about mid-pack, did not catch it in the live feed, so we will rewind on back through Team R Motorsports yellow flag number 1, the first time tonight. They throw it out, I believe it's 16 of 17 to 16, yeah. Young and Canice. This is the fault of the 16. They go down to the turn 3. Looks like he came down a little bit in the 17 car, got Chris turned around. That old scheme kind of reminds me of a throwback Cavill and Davey Allison scheme to 17. I think that's where they're going with that one. Not going to lie, that car's pretty cool looking. But Canice goes around. Yellow flag is on the speedway. First time tonight. Thank you to Team R Motorsports. And it's good to have Ron Piles back. He's been doing some racing. I think he's going to get back into broadcasting a little bit. It's good to hear Ron's doing well. I guess had a power supply issue with the main rig for him when he got home. How about that? You go away for a month, come back, and the computer don't work. That sucks. So Ron will have his stuff back working. Nobody's the backup rig, but I think he'll have the streaming rig back up. So that's it. That's it. Get rid of the rats, and they'll be all right. So Ron will be back. Certainly will. He'll be broadcasting soon, wherever he may be. We'll try to keep tabs on him, as he's kind of the minority, part of the Full Velocity Racing Network. Very much part of us, what we do, but does his own stuff. He's got a lot of his own stuff out there, and when we have it, we'll pass it along. I'm sure Ron will have something worked out here soon. Let's go back to racing now with 10 laps going on the board. Sean Stevens and Brandon Sutherland will lead us back to green. Cody Gillenwater from the outside of that second row. He's got that position now on James Philippi racing for the 3rd spot. And we will race our way out of turn number 4. Let's put 10 laps of a 60 complete. They are getting it done. We got to get her done. Harvey Abrams from Cody McKinney. Cody Allen McKinney, thanks for checking in. Jake Heel, doing great. Just got off my live show. And Toddy Boy almost won a free hat. Well, glad he was watching. I saw you were doing something live. I was in the bedroom and talking to the wife, and didn't want to pull anything up here that was going to make her angry, because we like to keep the peace when we can. And women sometimes don't understand this racing thing we do. We leave that alone. But Jake, I'm glad to see you're doing well, buddy. Gonna check back in and see what you were up to. The race recap, everything going on down there in the state of Texas. Jake Heel has you covered. Big shout out, upplug to our buddy Montstar Productions. Montstar, 2 R's. Good follow on Facebook. You'll enjoy what he does if you're a dirt enthusiast. Make dirt track racing great again. Put that as my free entry, Jake, for the hat. We love dirt racing. Dan Parkey, let's go, Kyle.
I just want the hat. Well, you want my address?
I want a hat too. Jake, we want hats, brother. We want hats. What we gotta do? Do we get to sing? Do we get to dance? I mean, we were talking about points before this one, Jack. We with the good drop in there. They're doing drop racing, so our points are all going to be upside down. We won't even know right away who the champion is, so I'm not sure we'll get that in today, but I guess old McDonald needed a drop.
I'm dropping the first 2, so I'm just taking this one.
That's it. Drop. Yeah, I got it. Get up on the wheel, Spaz. Wes Fleming. I'm going to assume Spaz is Sean. Maybe. Sean's going to see hands full with Brandon Sutherland, the 25. He's got a team car there, and he's looking at the 26, I should say. 26-25. Yeah, they just crossed over. Sean versus Brandon. Racing for the lead. And Gillenwater right there. 3 identical-looking cars. Safe to say they're teammates. One would have to assume running paint schemes so close. Is that not the same scheme? All right, maybe not. Maybe they're different. Who's out there watching that knows these guys better than I do? Are all 3 of those cars teammates, or Steve just have a similar looking scheme and the announcer is blind, which If you call me blind, I'm not going to be offended. I really am.
The announcer is blind.
The announcer is definitely blind. Certainly is. My days of doing this are coming to an end because today I walk into walls 3 times a day. True story. Things are disappearing on me. Somebody disappeared. I don't know who disappeared. No, nobody disappeared. Number 25 did. He's to the low side. Spaz, Brandon Sullivan leading the way with number 25. Him and Sean Stevens having a good race going off in the lead. Dylan Water right behind them. Philippi in the 29. He is holding court as well. James in that 4th spot. And Robert Young had a little contact that first yellow. He currently runs in 5th, but he has some company. Look at how Jake go. Mr. Lassiter, 51 car. Running in the 6th spot and looking to the inside for a position in the top 5. Gold Jake. DTJ 51. Love the DTJ guys. They're good dudes. And Jake's been good to us for a long time, a buddy of ours. And good to see him up here running well. Well, you're right, Wes. You blind. It's green on Stevens. In full disclosure, I am really blind. It's a true story. I have a disease robbing my vision from me. That is a true story. That is not a lie.
Very, 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 very true. Unfortunately,
very true. I wouldn't lie to you about it. Very true. So that is for certain. So when I call things kind of weird, that's why I lean on you guys, because sometimes I'm wrong. This guy's losing his marbles, losing a lot of things. Enthusiasm to do what we do, not losing that. Very, very plenty on that one. But we have a race going on for 2nd spot. Oh, race lead. We're going to do race leader. Cody Gillenwater around the number 25. So put the 83 to the top of the heap. Steven's going to go split the middle. We're almost 3 wide there for the lead on a 4. Stevens running the outside lanes. Spaz going to cross him back over down to the bottom. And now Gillenwater stuck up high. Isn't this fun? 2 and almost 3 wide racing here at Charlotte and not even halfway home. Raging Ron? Is that Ron? We were just talking about Ron. His ears must have been ringing. What's up, Ron?
You're kidding. Not too much.
We were talking about what's been going on. We were
must have dressed up like Todd.
We were plugging Team Har, and you know, you coming back now after kind of being away at home for a little while, and you know, I know you're doing some racing, but people want to know what's the plans for Ron as far as the broadcast goes. Are we going to see a return here soon?
Maybe. I might do some one-offs here and there if what's available, depending on what's going on. Other than that, right now between schoolwork and a little bit of playtime, trying to keep it all organized in a somewhat madness matter.
Good to hear. Well, it's good to have you back in the fold, and yeah, the real life stuff matters. We can all test for that. I said I'm be taking some time off here certainly soon too, and you know, hopefully get a lot of stuff kind of worked out and kind of recharge a little bit. We have a little downtime coming up here as soon as this week we'll be finding out about. But yeah, we're good to have you back, and you know, one-offs are I think the way we're kind of going to go in a direction for a little while too. So between us and between you, Ron, we'll be certainly still busy. We're not going to disappear by no means, but we may have the big, you know, lot of 3-4 nights a show that we normally would do. But Jack says race for 4th, and he's not lying. We've got Robert Young in the 16 back here. Sean Stevens, he was leading early. He has dropped back, and you got Philippi in the 29 to the low side. You got Jake Lassiter in the number 51. Old Jake getting it, digging up high. And that is racing for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. And a good race. And I'm not sure if I saw Ron, you sneak in here? You want to play around?
Cross flags for these guys this time by here, lap 30 of 60 here in the A feature here. And you got the, like I said, a great battle going on back here. You were mentioning stuff there. They were 3-4 wide, and you were mentioning where they were running on the racetrack, and last year working around the top side. Right now, it looks like Harvey Abrams up there in the 79 almost had a run there. Had to check the brakes a little bit for those guys. They're still 3 wide in front of him.
They really are. It's a really good race going on there. A 28 car in the mix. Stevens on the 26 there. Philippi in the 29 as Stevens goes back to the middle. 28 of Austin Walters. He's going to throw it down to the low side. So 3 wide. They are about wrecked. Did they all save it? They wrecked. Okay. I was in Sean's car. He got a big piece.
Unfortunately, 28 Austin Walters getting the big end of that one. He goes around. Everybody else keeping it pretty straight there. So big mess back there for those guys trying to throw it 4 wide down the corner. Throw a big slider in there. White Castle up for sale, and didn't work.
White Castle's for sale. That would drop out of me like a brick. That wouldn't be good at all. Braden Goddard, league owner here. Daniel Allen has done great running the dirt side of things right. Exclamation mark, question marks. Dan has done terrific. This is our third race that we've come over and broadcasted. Dan has done terrific. The series is fun to cover. And I like the no-nonsense format. Just straight up come in, practice, cue, race. Big fan. No wasted motion. Love that a lot. And with any luck, I know we were talking to Dan a few weeks ago. We said the way we did this with 3 races, we're all about coming back and doing this again. So when next season starts, you guys want to get back on with us, Braden, get a hold of us. Have Dan get a hold of us, whatever you guys want to do. And so we'll come do a few races. Let us know. We'll schedule some nights out. I can't do a full series. I don't think we can do consecutive weeks. As I said, our desire is to slow down a little bit. We've been busy through the lockdown through March and into now, and very, very active. So we're a little burned out. The good news is guys like Ron are coming back to the fold slowly. Our partner in crime, Todd, he's coming back here feet first. It sounds like the week after Labor Day is his Rio racing stuff kind of wraps up, although he started toying now with go-kart racing, so you kind of never know how that goes. I guess the racing's in our blood, Ron. We're kind of in trouble, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. It's my car fixed here in the upcoming months before race season starts back up again. And I'm even looking at dwindling into the UMP modified or the crate or super late model realm.
Excellent. And I'm gonna just probably fade away in a rocking chair for all I know. But let's go back to green. 32 laps of 60 on the board. Cody Gillenwater, Brandon Sutherland. It says those 2 cars probably schemes that were done. Or Sutherland probably completed those schemes for him and Gillenwater. He owns East10Decals.com. Wes, thank you. Knowledge is always good. Did not know that. And yeah, absolutely shout out to Dan Allen. He's done a really good work. Been a fun series to kind of cover. Brief cover. 3-race stint. We've done like once a month for these guys for a few months, so it's been good. Always happy to come over and do series like this from time to time. It's nice to have a fresh lane of scenery every now and again. But Cody Gillenwater leads the way over Brandon Sullivan. But Ron, this race for third, a really good one between Robert Young and James Philippi. And as we mentioned it, I think the 16 car had some trouble.
Well, the old announcer's cursing. I think he was in the middle of it being called out, and it just happened to unfold. So a little Houdini there. He did take a trip down to the infield. Looks like he threw a crossover here, and somebody else came up the racetrack, and a little bit of contact there. And around the wind, the other 46 machine of Kenny Haight, I believe.
Kenny
Haight. Coming up the racetrack there, and they met in the middle, trying to find their way out of the corner, and around they went. So that's the reason for our caution flag here.
Third one of 35 laps. That's not too shabby at all. You guys doing a really good job. Looks like we have 3 cars already out of this one. Daniel Allen pulled over. Looks like Curtis Hedden in the number 85 done. Also Tyler Holden. The 41 is pulled over, it looks like, full tonight. So we had 18 cars start. We got 15 left out there. They're all in the lead lap, and it's been a great one so far up front. Gillenwater and Sutherland, they put a good race on. Robert Young's been strong. He runs third. Philippi, 29. The 2 times we've seen him in the last 2 races we've done. James has been really quick. Sean Stevens, guy knows how to wheel a car as well. See a lot of him racing. And don't count out a guy like, Lassiter. Jake's been good. I think he might have got caught up in that wreck, though. Looks like he got some damage. He did.
So you can't cut Lassiter out of anything that you go to. Lassiter's pretty good about anything he decides to race in, and I've raced with him quite a few times, and he's pretty good. So all these guys I haven't raced with, and it's good to see other individuals getting into these cars and coming out to these series and getting the handle on them.
That's what I love about coming to do these. Can't really say one-off things, but they kind of are in our terms of things. Not seeing them every week and getting to see a lot of guys we don't know, and new guys in our chat like Wes out there chatting. Ken Hunter, what's up, buddy? Good to see you out there. But yeah, it's good to get to know different people that vibe and watch and follow what we do, and get to know a lot of these, not only our viewers, but the drivers that we don't know. So that's a good time. And let's get back to racing now. 36 laps in. Cody Gillenwater and Brandon Sullivan, they will lead us back to green. They've been the 2 dominant cars here tonight. They're both on the same team, so you got to imagine they're going to race really clean. But Brandon Sullivan, Ron, he's going for a championship.
Got a save going into one. They were 3 wide all over the place. Cars tilted. They're 3 wide, at least 2 rows deep back in the back of the field.
Holy smoke! Just trying to scramble on back there, see who was all. I think I seen Wilbers back there on the 22 get crossed up. Jake Lassiter drove through the carnage. I think it was Austin Walters from the 28. Robert Young's trying to make things happen through the middle. Lingerfeld, Harvey Abrams got shuffled out. He was in the top 10. 79 car now dropping to the rear, so they are getting after it. But while they're racing up front, Cody Gillenwater, Brandon Sullivan, you're just saying, hey guys, go ahead and race. We're going to check on out.
Right on, they're out there right now. Got the Lassiter now making his way up through the wrecking again there in turns 1 and 2 up on the high side, riding the wall all the way up. Everybody able to keep it going.
Now, Ron, it's street stocks at Charlotte, something you know awfully well. It's a fixed setup, and I got to imagine it's the iRacing fixed setup. The track is carried over all night long. It's probably getting a little bit slickery right now. When it gets like this, is it natural for these cars to drift up in the top lane and maybe do a little kissing to the wall?
Got a car around, probably have a caution here, car in the infield. We'll see what happens here in a minute. We got another car around. We have a big caution, 16 car up around, hard contact outside wall. He is actually taking this car pit side, but
yellow.
Back to your question there. Usually for these cars, it depends on the gear. I haven't really ran a fixed setup based on the iRacing set in a while at Charlotte, but I would say probably middle high side, probably late in the race. But it's all about momentum once the track slicks off.
Right, and these heavy cars, they're low powered. You got to keep them wound up somehow, and these guys doing good. Look up front, go find the race leader. Cody Gillenwater, he's got 1.4 seconds between himself and Spaz Brandon Sutherland. Brandon comes in as a series points leader. Now, I know you're a league owner, Ron, so you get all this stuff. He's got like points lead, but this series is giving 2 drop weeks, and this is the finale. The top 3 in points all have 1 drop race already, so they only got 1 left. The remainder of the top 10 still has both drop races. You want to talk about chaos in the points? I don't even know where to go with it. I can't decode it.
Very true. I wouldn't know exactly how to. Well, I mean, I understand what it would do, but depending on how well, if he may be leading points, but what race is it going to drop?
The best rule of thumb for me, if you're the points leader coming in the finale, and you know guys going to drop races, go win the race. I mean, score max points for night. I mean, that's the most surefire way. I've done all I can do to win a championship. But right now, Sullivan, he rides in the 2nd spot. Cody Gillenwater, that number 83, that car is seriously quick. He's out to 1.5 seconds, now up to 1.7. Gillenwater lapping the speedway last time by 19.905. I am staggered with 45 plus laps in now. This racetrack is still in the shape it is. These guys are really zipping around this place.
Yeah, all these guys are running. You see, like, they're all over the racetrack. They're not running one line. It's not follow the leader. They're making the track wide right now, so it's not forcing the track to go one lane. They're not running the freight train around here. That everybody's finding something a little different everywhere, and depending on where they're comfortable at, depends on where they're going to run their car at. You see, you look back here through the field, the 17 machine of Christopher Canese. He's running the middle of the racetrack. Everybody else, you had another lane that was running above him. It's like the 82 machine. We got cars wrecking down the front straightaway, saved it. Still going to continue on.
Wow.
Here. Trucking on lap 48 out of 60 here.
Yeah, we are rolling. We are clicking them off, and they're doing a heck of a job. This is turning into a good race, and I've been watching on Mr. Kenny Hay, number 46. Started 18th. That was last. And Kenny has raced his way up to 6th and is beginning to gain on Sean Stevens. He's got Matt Wilbers in the 22, not too far behind, but how about that drive for the 46 car? Started last. 18th. Yeah, that's a good run.
Not only that, I'm going to toss this out there. I don't know if you can see it, but looking down here, I've seen one of the admins that cleared a black flag for him, so he may even be driving a damaged race car at this point in time.
Could be.
Ooh, we might have a caution coming. I just saw somebody get creamed in turns 1 and 2. I mean, his clock got cleared by the 22 machine.
Oh, yeah, I think it was Wilbers. I seen that stop 26 car, the one that got cleaned out. Yeah, he was right in front of Kenny, and all of a sudden he disappeared, and there was a plouf of something. Let's check out a J-Max Strong Instant Replay and revisit that, but somebody just got walloped.
John Stevens. Yeah, no kidding.
I feel like he's been out on the town all night. Throw it in deep. I think he was trying to do did he hit the tire?
He just straight.
What the heck happened there?
That's either. Yeah.
Did he stop on the brake or did something break? I mean, what a weird looking wreck
It
that
honestly
is.
looked like he went in the corner, hit a rut, and the right front control arm just said, "Nope, not doing it."
The car went right, and almost like he hit a U tire, but I don't think that was even possible where it was. But he got a shot from a 22. Wilbers gave him quite the enema.
That was to be honest, that was rough to watch as a real life street stock driver. Those are the ones that scare you.
He really got no warning on that. I mean, first of all, when your car stops and turns right like that, you probably feel about as helpless. But do you even have time to register? Uh-oh, I'm in trouble before you get walloped like that. I mean, that's probably going to give you, if not a headache, your rear end's going to hurt.
That's whiplash for sure.
For certain. I got a sore neck as it is. That just makes me cringe. My goodness. 50 laps complete, 10 laps remain. Season finale, the World Finals here tonight in Charlotte for the Underworld Dirt Street Stocks. Green flag goes back in the air. Cody Gillenwater and Brandon Sutherland. They run 1-2, a pair of teammates. Brandon trying to win the championship. Cody going to try to win the war here. As they race 3 wide, they are wrecking. Oh no, 25 is involved. Oh no. What in the world happened there? That collected like 4, 5, 6 cars.
Walker's got collected as well as Brandon Sutherland's 25 machine collected in that incident over there on the back straightaway.
Oh, that stinks.
Tight wall racing coming through turns 1 and 2 is kind of typical for Charlotte when you get through turns 1 and 2 because it's always the high side. You get a bunch of cars up there together, real tight racing, and then all of a sudden one doesn't rotate. You get the 29 machine stuck to the right rear quarter panel up there, and last year was sticking his nose in there, nowhere for him to go, and unfortunately causes the rest of it to go around there as last year sneaks away on the outside.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Jake can see the 29 coming up the hill, but the poor 25, I mean, no warning at all, just gets clipped in the left rear and spins around, and that's got big implications, Ron. That's the points leader in the drag. So drop race or not, that may have some implications here to the finale.
It very well could be. Everything in points, especially with 2 drop weeks, you never know what it's going to do.
Now that's just it. That 2 drop weeks is a big equalizer. I think we all can figure out how it works. 2 worst finishes getting dropped, but when you don't know from driver to driver, we really not even so sure that we even have, you know, the clarification of who the champion is going to be when we sign off. We hope we do. We're going to hope Dan able to shoot that info to us right away, but we just don't know. And what we got? Wes saying the 62's fault. He drifted up. Maybe a touch. 62? I'm not sure it was 62. Was he thinking 29? Could be 29.
Single file restart. Back to the green.
Yep. iRacingIFlag.com. Yellow flag. If we have an I flag, you would know the yellow's out.
They said hold the phone. We weren't ready.
I agree, Wes. It might be a championship breaker for Sutherland now. It could be. Awful. They threw this one out before they restarted, but the unfortunate part is it counted a lap, I do believe. So 51 now going to go complete. Gillenwater leads Sutherland. Sutherland still riding in 2?
Looks like no. I see the 51.
I don't know if that reset correctly.
It did not.
Lassiter is in second spot. Okay, timing and scoring is a jank right now. So if we do it the old-fashioned way and click around, we got Gillenwater leading. Lassiter in for 2. Kenny Haight going to run in the 3rd spot, number 46. We got Matt Setzer in the 3. Matt having a good night. He's running in the 4th spot. And we got Chris Connies, the 17, was caught in a wreck early. He is rebounded nicely. He is back to the 5th spot. And I love that old scheme. They're 17. They paint up a car like that. I will always be a fan of that paint scheme.
Yeah, I can see it. It's like an old Texas Havoline car.
Yeah, old Davey Allison, little throwback on that. I was a Davey fan, the late '80s, and was crushed when he passed away in '93. It was a dark day. I was a big fan of him. I said my 3 favorite drivers back at that time were Jeff Bodine, Davey Allison, Alan Kowicki. '93 was not a great year for me.
Number 2 at the single file restart off into turns 1 and 2. The 83 machine rocking out front here once again. Gillenwater trying to get a good lead there. He's not quite getting the jump that he was getting with Lassiter behind him, though. Lassiter trying to reel him in and take away this win here, as Lassiter's going to jump the cushion, get the outside wall, but he's not going to be alone in doing so. Look like the 3 machine of Matthew Setzer also got himself up there in the outside wall, as well as their single file 1st through 5th.
Now, conventional wisdom would tell me that when you hit the wall, it's probably in a moment you're stunt your momentum. May hurt your car, may hurt the way it steers, it may slow it down. And we're seeing a lot more cars up high hitting walls, and we have a yellow flag back on the speedway. So what was a really terrific race early and through the middle, it's been hampered by some late yellows here as this track has gotten all taken away.
Austin Walters taking a selfie, I believe, in turns 1 and 2. Yeah, he did have a little bit of help on the top side from the 29. 29 got a good run, and the 28 of Walters just happened to kind of be in the way a little bit.
Love it. Chris Carmen, what's up, buddy? Long time no talk. Hope you're doing well. I know things on that side of the country has been kind of weird. Let's see. What? Oh, he's on my side. He's not too far from Todd. He's in, New York, Pennsylvania region. So Chris ain't too terribly far away. But if down the road feels like a long time away from me, so leave me alone.
I was gonna say, if we were to put our locations on a map, we might be able to draw a star.
Maybe. And
I mean,
that could happen.
We are like the Northeast region, right? Todd, Phil, me, Jack.
From Jack's, yeah, so Jack's not really Northeast. If that's Northeast, that's a wide net.
Shh, don't tell
Armin, I had fun racing Todd Friday. Oh no, you raced the go-karts with Todd.
Oh no.
Chris,
do they have a track left?
Chris, did he wreck you?
Your cart still in one piece.
I heard the old boy did good. Sounded like he had a good time too. Said, that a boy Setzer. You're right, and he booked a lot of these shows we're doing. Well, he's out playing. You know what? He's on next. He's got a stream loaded up at 9:55, so he's about 20 minutes away from being live. And before we even get to green, the yellow comes immediately back out. Yellow is on the speedway, so wave it off. We got
23 car, I believe, turned by, looks like the 25.
20.
David Tomashi.
Tamashi. I didn't think of that one. That might be the way that one said. That's got some weird names. Some ones that you can really stumble over, and I've probably slaughtered 10 of them. If I did, I do apologize. We do take pride in getting names right. I'm happy for the folks that get a hold of us. But what we got here? Setzer, he owns an RC dirt oval racetrack and a hobby store. Well, that's great to know. Love that. RC dirt oval. I did RC racing back in the day, but wasn't on dirt. That would be cool. So what'd Carmen do? Took the checkered Friday, first time in a flat cart in 2 years. And he beat Todd.
Way to go. You beat Todd. Good job.
We're all about beating Todd. And hopefully we beat Todd in the viewership here tonight too. But when you're done watching us and our follies here stupidly here in a little bit, go watch the FAR Modified Touring Series. Todd's going to be at Lernerville. He's getting ready. He's even showed up in TeamSpeak, so he's here to work. About time.
I was asked to race that race.
Well, you may have time. You've got 20 minutes. We should be able to get done. 54 laps complete now. Let's go back under the iRacingIFlag.com. Green flag. Right. Jack said should. Good juju, Jack. We're going to hope for Ron to get there on time. But Cody Gillenwater, as he's dominated this race. But look at how Jake Lassiter, number 51 car running in second. Kenny Haight, Matt Setzer, and Chris Conese, the top 5. I'm not counting that 51 car out, Ron. You may be right. Jake may have something for Cody in these last 5 laps.
Too. The 46 is trying to throw some of a slide job, but he's stuck into the bottom, goes to the corner, able to hang on to that line on the bottom side of the speedway, but he's losing ground now through 1 and 2. Is, like we said before, the top side through 1 and 2 is where it's at. Still a little bit through the bottom of the racetrack, so somebody's got a black right now, so not happening right now.
And I think I just overheard somebody say there's not enough gear in the car to make it go bite through the corner on the bottom. So I think what you said about the gear, maybe if the guys are saying it, you say, I mean, that's got to be something true. But Yellow flag greets us back on the speedway now with 56 laps on the board. So I believe this is yellow flag 6, 7.
Yep, Kyle Linger felt around after the 26. Gave him a little bit of tap there. He got a double tap on that one. He's playing Call of Duty in the middle of the corner.
Little bad. In the middle of the wall. Like, oh, Dukes of Hazzard, 2 wheels up there. Like, yeehaw, let it rip. Could happen.
Well, they're trying to beat the wall down when they're going through that corner, so.
They are. I mean.
So that to me says they want the wall down because the best line is in the middle of the wall.
Imagine if they were at Lernerville right now.
Well,
we'd be whoop hopping. Yeah, that is next. Todd will be there. Todd's ready. And Todd better get ready because him and Carmen have a showdown, it looks like, on the 17th in the go-karts. We've got a doozy coming, he says.
Broadcasted live by Phil with Todd. And,
we've been discussing this because I do need to make my way out there, and I've been kind of weary because, you know, we both have kids with, you know, compromised immune systems and all this crazy stuff going on. You just never know. So I'd hate to take something out to him or him, give something to either. I mean,
we would have to modify it and move the freaking gas pedal and brake up so Phil could reach it.
Hey, that's right. I said today, I want laps in his go-kart. Yeah, imagine that. Phil wants to jump behind the wheel. Won't be safe for me to do it anybody around but me. But I'd like to give it a whirl. I haven't done that in a long, long time. Green flag back in the air. We got 4 laps remaining now. Can Cody Gillenwater hold on Jake Lassiter? Kenny Hates there. Matt Setzer's there. Chris Conese has had a good night in the 17. That's the top 5. 83 cars going to lead. And look at the 51. Oh, Jake's going to try to make an aimant's work out of it. He may slide to the race lead out of 4.
Yeah, watch him here. He goes to the bottom. Is the slide job coming? Here he goes to the bottom. Slide up. Not going to happen. The 83 is going to hang on to the lead. If, yeah, momentum. Definitely, Laster lost momentum for sure. The 46 machine of hate also back there is hanging out, waiting to see if he can run down the back of the 51 machine here. This is 5 on scoring, but 51 that I see on the screen here is he's still trying to figure out a way to get around Gillenwater here with just a couple laps left to go.
Now they put the 2-6 down. We got 2 more trips around, and this time through 3 and 4, we will be coming to the white. There'll be 1 more trip around for the Underwater Dirt Street Sox season number 2 about to come to close. Can Cody Gillenwater win the battle here tonight? He is under the white silk. He is down to turn number 1 and 2. He is bouncing off the outside wall, but making it work. He's got Lassiter covered by 3 car lengths down the back chute into 3 and 4. For the final time, they will rim ride up the top. Jake's going to try 1 more shot down low. Going to come up short. And Cody Gillenwater going to win the World Finals here tonight in Charlotte with number 83. Jake Lassiter going to finish up 2. Kenny Haight for 3. Chris Conese and Harvey Abrams, a great rebound for the 79. He comes back for a top 5 run. Matt Wilbers will finish up 6th. Matt Setzer for 7th. Brandon Sutherland, our points leader entering the night. Well, he will finish up 8th. That's going to be tedious. 9th for Nate Kleeman and Austin Walters getting a top 10. Kyle Lingerfeld, Sean Stevens, David Tomaski, James Philippi, Robert Young going to finish up 15th. He was out of the race, joining Tyler Holden, Curtis Hedden, and Dan Allen. Cody's the big winner. The drama is who's going to win the championship, Ron. I don't think we have any idea. But I guess I'm going to go to Discord. We're going to find out here next on the Full Velocity Racing Network, and we'll come right back with the post-race. And Ron, if we're going to see you race at Lernerville, good luck, brother. Thanks for hanging out.
I'm headed over there right now, and we'll see you here very shortly.
You got it. Ron will be live at Lernerville. He'll be on the track. He'll be behind the wheel with Todd there in a little bit. We're going to go to Discord. We're going to do the post-race show, and we'll be right back here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Right, we are back here live. The Full Velocity Racing Network post-race show is presented by BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds. Web hosting, VPS servers, and dedicated servers. They do it all. Check them out today at BladeNode.com. Let them know that Phil and Jack and FVRN sent you there. They'll appreciate that. What a terrific race. The World Finals finale here at Charlotte, the Underworld Street Stocks. The winner is Cody Gillenwater, number 83. A second place run for Jake in the 51. Jake Lassiter, that is. And a third place run tonight from the back to the front, 18th to 3rd for Mr. Kenny Haight with the number 46. Kenny, welcome to the network, buddy. A terrific run. Tell us about your race car tonight on a very slick racetrack in these last 30 laps.
That was a wild run from the back. We got both of our lap times invalidated in qualifying. And then starting in last, I knew it was going to be a long race. Worked our way up. I don't know what happened. Got sent to the back. Worked from 15th back up. The car was hooking up real good on the outside. Tried to make a few moves on the inside, and luckily it worked early on in the race. And then, like you said, it got real slick. But we managed to get her up here to 3rd. Real happy with the car.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a tough track to pass on, certainly. And I think your car gets the award for passing the most here tonight. You started 18th, you drove to 5th before you got back to 15th and drove on back through. So I don't think anybody here can compare to how many cars you passed. But on a tough racetrack like this, I mean, you're slipping and sliding. At what point does a car feel like it's in your hands? And at what point it's like, you know what, I'm just to the mercy of the track and got to let it take us where it's gonna?
Each track's different. This one, I don't know what it was about today. The last time I ran here, I didn't do so great. I think I finished somewhere in the mid-pack. But tonight, it just felt real good. We threw a couple practice laps down, I'd say about an hour and a half before the race. Just ran as much as I could. Practice on a slicker track and let throttle control take it from there.
Well, you guys did a heck of a job, Kenny. A terrific night. Good to have you here in the post-race show. Apologize we finally get your name right. Kenny Haight, a third place run there, buddy. Who do you got to thank here for this terrific run there this evening?
Well, their sponsors currently aren't on my car, but I'd like to give a shout out to Resell on Hype, owned by my friend Jelani O'Neill, and then Jazz's Wicks and Candles, his wife. And I'd love to thank my wife for letting me do all of this and spend so much time on iRacing.
Got to thank the women in our lives. You do, because
absolutely
we spend a lot of time all doing this, between racing and broadcasting. I get it. Kenny, buddy, good to talk to you about this. Let's do this again. See what you say.
Hey, I'll give it a shot.
Like that. Kenny Haight, number 46. He will finish up 3rd here tonight in Charlotte. We'll let him go, and let's go grab tonight's second place finisher. This will be fun. We don't talk to this guy nearly enough either, but he had a run from 17th to 2nd tonight. The number 51, my buddy Jake Lassiter on the podium here tonight. Jake, a great run by you. For a little while, I think you had a car worthy of winning. I just thought the racetrack was going to cooperate. It got tough to pass these last 20 laps.
Yeah, we kind of set ourselves up for failure there in the qualifying. They don't run any heat races, so we knew he was going to have it stacked against us. But yeah, we had a good car, and you could pass early, and I got up there early, then I kind of got involved in a mess. When you come from the back, it's just part of it. And, yeah, I think I had something on her bottom, but when you fix setups, man, you just can't get a run off. If I could toy with the gear a little bit or something, in an open setup, I could have had something for him there. But man, I was trying to. I don't know what the rules are against wall riding here, but I was trying to. The only reason I was riding the wall was to stay with him, because every time he hit the wall, he'd gain on me. So I hated to do that, but I knew if I wasn't gonna wall ride with him, then I wasn't gonna stay close enough to have a chance to pass him.
I understand. You're an old school throwback guy like we are. Wall riding almost feels arcadish sometimes. So I get it. I understand the rules they have about it, and sometimes they don't. But I guess you take the track as it will, Jake. It was a good run. We were seeing a lot of you here recently starting to run better. I mean, good for you, the DTJ guys, Dirt Track Junkies. You guys have put some work in.
Yeah, we're getting better. We got a pretty solid group that everybody's putting in their time, and we've been running different series here and there. And I don't get on as much as I'd like to, but maybe we can change that in the future and put in some more time. But yeah, we was running another race, another series, and we got hit every lap over there. And I thought, well, I'll call it a night. Then I seen these guys was running, and I was in the league, and I thought, well, I'll jump in there and give it a shot. and they all ran pretty good. Everybody was pretty clean. It's a pretty respectable group here. I like these guys. They all real nice and chat and everything. Nobody got sideways with anybody, and so it was a lot of fun.
Indeed, it's been fun to cover the 3 races we've done with these guys as well, and hope to do a little bit more, as they seem like a good, lighthearted group and some good racing. And these tracks get slickery, so you kind of expect guys to bounce off each other, and they certainly did here late. But Jake, buddy, is always good to talk to you. A second place run. Who do you get to thank for this awesome job here this evening?
Just gotta thank the guys at DTJ and Charlie Milner for always doing the wraps for us and stuff that he does behind the scenes. Can't thank him enough. And just gotta thank you guys for broadcasting this deal. And I want to say I appreciate you guys broadcasting the shootout. Y'all did an awesome job dealing with that 4.5 hour marathon that was. And so I can't thank you guys enough for doing that. And just gotta thank the old lady. She's always watching the little one let me do this. So she means a lot to me, and she knows I like doing this. So couldn't do it without her. But I appreciate it.
Indeed, buddy. It's our pleasure to do what we do with you guys, too. Jake Lassiter, ladies and gentlemen, number 51, brings his ride home with a P2 here tonight. Not a bad night, and made the last-minute decision to come run. Glad he did. Good to see Jake, and good to see him running well. But it means it's time now to go into BladeNode.com victory lane, and this guy here with car number 83, well, he was a class of the field here tonight in Charlotte. That is one Mr. Cody Gillenwater. Cody, welcome to the network, buddy. A dominating race on a racetrack that was certainly tough to pass on late. You had track position. You had a good qualifying lap down, took the lead early. That was paramount to your success here tonight, I would imagine.
Yeah, buddy, thank you. I didn't get the best qualifying lap that I really wanted, and I knew if I didn't get to the lead early, it's going to be hard to pass later on because it slicks off pretty bad, and you got about a foot of grip on the top and a little bit on the bottom. So I wanted to try to get there as quick as I could, but as safely as I could.
Well, you made it work, and you guys did a good job of it. And a racetrack, so it was really, really good early. I mean, the inside was getting good. You could almost tell at Charlotte early on. The racing will be 2 and 3 wide action, but when this track gets slickened off later in the going with a fixed setup, how much of a handful of these cars to drive? I mean, they look like it's treacherous here late.
Oh yeah, they're terrible on a fixed setup like this. Once the track gets slicked off, I mean, you can run the bottom, get some grip down there, and you always got to worry about those tires sticking out in front of you. And if you run the top, you kind of got to keep it off the wall the best you can, and it's really hard to do.
Now, we do know your teammate is Mr. Spaz there, Sutherland. He was racing for a championship tonight. I don't know where he sorted out in that. We'll see if these guys get sorted out before we get done here in a minute. But either way, good to see you guys running well, Cody. A dominating night. Who do you get to thank for this great run you had? This was fun to watch.
Yeah, buddy. Thank you guys for the broadcast. As always, y'all do a killer job at doing these. I'd like to thank Spaz for sure for talking me into getting one of these there about 4 months ago. And I got to thank Daniel Allen, of course, for running this show. He's the man. We're proud of all the cars that came out tonight. So if all y'all keep continuing to come out, we'll keep having them broadcasted and keep paying out.
Oh, we'll look forward to doing this again. This guy's every time I see him, he's always quick with a cool looking ride. Mr. Cody Gillenwater, the big win here tonight in Charlotte. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to the Underworld Dirt Street Stock Series. Season number 2 complete, and it was fun to cover the 3 races we did. We'll hope to do some more. Thanks to Daniel Allen, Brandon Minnick, of course, Braden Goddard, those guys in charge and ownership of the league. Thanks to all of them. Thanks for all of you for playing along. And until next time, I am Phil LaCasse for Jack Truant and Ron Piles. We'll see you back here live. Well, check into our other stream. Todd's going live here in about 60 seconds. Lernerville, the Modified Tour. Go check it out. And we'll see you next time here on the Full Velocity Racing Network.